Hey guys, it's Ryan, PerezTheDev. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what exactly is bioinformatics, what exactly is biotechnology, taking a look at both similarities and differences between the two fields, as well as diving into some potential career paths, not all of them, but some potential career paths that you can dive into, as well as what exactly are the skills really needed for each of the different disciplines. And before we get started, I just wanted to give a little background about the channel, a little update, channel update, if you will. So pretty much we focus a lot on IT and technology as a whole, but just moving forward, we're still going to be staying true to that background, that core of computer science, IT, and tech, taking a look at the technology. But I am going to be focusing on just utilizing the technology tools towards a biology, life sciences industry. It's still going to be staying true to the technical side, taking a look at the IT and tech tools that are really needed to do a lot of what we do in the IT world. And so hopefully that can still apply to your own real life situation. You can apply it to your own world, to your own industry. But if you're also interested in applying that towards the life sciences, biology side, I hope you enjoy the ride. If not, maybe it's something that interests you. Again, you can still apply it to your own industry, into your own world. So let's get into the video. So diving into what exactly is bioinformatics and what exactly is biotechnology. So I went ahead and wrote down just to make sure we get it right. So what exactly is biotechnology and what exactly is bioinformatics? Biotechnology, and I have the definition here, is all about using living systems to develop or create products. You can sort of think of this as harnessing and developing a better understanding of the real world around us, and then learning how that works so then we can apply it towards developing new ways that help the real world. So that's like creating and developing disease resistant crops, right? Like in rice or in other foods. That's also in developing things like biofuels. Again, taking what's already out there in the real world and re-engineering it in a way that further helps and develops our future worlds. So that's specifically biotechnology. Then we have bioinformatics. And so bioinformatics is using a lot of the IT technology side of things, scripting, coding, all that, to then go ahead and analyze a lot of this biological data. So biotech is very hands-on heavy, very wet lab heavy. So it's you're pipetting things, you're in this research lab going ahead and mixing things together and really hands-on in the actual lab, experimenting and tinkering with things. Now onto bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is using a lot of the IT technology tools to analyze this biological data. Again, biotechnology has been around for a while. Bioinformatics is this new developing thing. As technology continues to develop and exponentially grow over time, bioinformatics is becoming more and more of a thing. But bioinformatics is really focused on machine learning, using AI to develop tools that help you look at this data and help researchers make a better understanding, have a better picture of what their data actually means. So again, biotechnology, you're harnessing and re-engineering the world around us, whereas bioinformatics is really sort of like the data science. I like to think of bioinformatics as a mix of both computer science as well as biology, and a third ring being statistics. So being well versed in all three to then go ahead and analyze a lot of this biological data. And so for example, with bioinformatics, imagine you can map out the entire human genome, which we already can, and then you go ahead and develop tools to then analyze all this data. So that would be something for bioinformatics. And so what exactly are the skills you need to become a biotechnologist? Well, you're definitely going to need to continue developing your scientific skills, really focus in on that biology, because you're going to be in the wet lab, again, pipetting, mixing things, experimenting really hardcore in the, again, think of it like you're wearing your white coat, you're wearing your lab coat, you're in there mixing and tinkering with things. So you really have to go ahead and understand the biology behind what exactly it is you're doing, why something worked, why something didn't work. Especially if you're a PI or the principal investigator, you're the one that's going to be making the decisions on what exactly you want to go ahead and research, experiment on, focus in on, right? You're leading the team there. So you really have to have a solid understanding of the biology, so that way when you go ahead and do your experiments, you just know what's actually going on. And you can go ahead and really focus your team on the specific goal at hand and understand how to troubleshoot when things go right and when things go wrong. Of course, for a biotechnologist, you're still going to need, the problem solving skills. You're going to need the communication skills. It's really important to explain why is your research important? Like that should be one of the first things you communicate to the world, not just the research, but why should I care about what you're doing, right? That is really important. You're going to still want a great understanding of like your lab skills and your technical skills, because that all comes into play when you're tinkering around and experimenting in the wet lab. Now onto bioinformatics. What are the skills required to be a bioinformatician or to dive into bioinformatics? Well, you're definitely going to need some software programming skills. You're going to need some data analysis skills. You're going to need a better understanding of machine learning as well, statistics, and some biology. You don't need as much depth as I would say as biotechnologists, but you still need to understand especially the biological realm of whatever you're focusing in on. So if you're a bioinformatician for cancer research, you need to know and understand the biology behind cancer. Or if you're doing more genetics or bacterial genetics, you need to understand the science behind how all of that works, so you can go ahead and have a better understanding of what it is exactly you're analyzing. But more so, you're going to want to focus in on the data analytics, right? Using things like R, Python, even scripting, bash scripting is really important, as well as having a solid understanding of machine learning and AI, because your job as a bioinformatician is to go ahead and develop these new tools or these new algorithms or new approaches to analyze a lot of this big, vast ocean of this life sciences research biology data. And so what exactly are the job opportunities in the biotechnology world? Well, of course, you can become a biotechnologist. Again, that's you are a scientist who is in the wet lab with your, research coat, lab coat on, and you're pipetting, you're mixing things, trying to come up with new ways to reinvent the wheel of Mother Nature. Again, creating disease-resistant crops, very important, helps feed the world, right? Creating and developing skills and new tools like that, very important. You can also become a microbiologist, taking a look at the microscopic world and having an understanding of how these the microbes can go ahead and affect the world, whether it's your microbiome, that's your gut, whether it's could also be affecting the outside world like crops, right? Just having a better understanding and focusing in on the microbiology aspect, but you could still collaborate in that biotechnology setting. And another job opportunity that you could dive into in more of a biotechnology world is becoming a geneticist. So taking a look at different genes, whether that's bacterial genetics or human genetics, just this, whatever's living has genetics, and so you can go ahead and further analyze that and do further research as well to develop new ways and new understandings and create this new mountain of knowledge, if you will, to move forward and advance the biotechnology space. Now we have biotechnology out the way. What are some jobs for bioinformaticians or bioinformatics world, right? So of course you can become a bioinformatics scientist. So you are there really, I think of it just like a hardcore data scientist coder for the biology world, for the life sciences world. So you're there, you're looking at all these data sets, you're looking through numbers and developing these new tools to analyze a lot of this data. Another job you could do is computational biologist. You are the one developing the tools and algorithms that then the bioinformatics scientists use to analyze a lot of their data. And then of course you can become a software developer as well, creating other tools that the rest of the team would use, as well as a database programmer, creating databases, because again, it's such a vast amount of data out there. So a database developer would be great as well for the bioinformatics world. So hopefully you enjoyed this quick little video taking a look at what exactly are the similarities and differences between bioinformatics as well as biotechnology. And hopefully you enjoy these style of videos, as I do plan on doing more biotech and bioinformatics videos in the future. Again, still staying true to the background of IT and tech, but hopefully it still works for your world, can still work for you, and we're just going to be applying it more towards the biology, life sciences side. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was informative for you. Remember, today's a great day to have a great day, so have a great day. Thanks for watching.